right, welcome to the second quiz slash test video key. So this is Varghese, and I just wanted to go through these questions with us. So first thing we want to do is say what is A, B, and C. So A is the number that's in front of the x squared, which is 2. B is the number that's in front of the x, which is 3. And C is the number that's chilling by itself, which is 2. And now all you have to do is plug it in. So this first part right here says whatever B is, which is 3, you do the opposite of B. So the opposite of 3 is -3, plus or minus. And then you have a square root symbol, and then you're going to do B squared. So B is 3, so 3 squared minus 4 times A times C. All right, divided by 2a, which is 2. Okay, so now what you have to do is you have to take this -3 plus or minus the square root of, and when you do this you're going to get, there's my baba, that's my dog. When you do that you're going to get -7. So we're back. I just wanted to show you what it is that I typed in. So you type, remember, you type what's under the radical. Let me just highlight that. So just this part, whatever's under the radical is what you type into the calculator, and you're going to get -7. And once you get that, and again, if I'm going too fast, slow me down, divided by 4. Okay, so this right off the bat, it is not 4. Let's go ahead and do the rest. So this is, there's a negative under the radical, which if there's a negative under the radical, then I comes out and a radical 7 is there. So I radical 7 over 4. So this one doesn't have a radical 7 in it. It could be this or this. Okay. And so this one doesn't have an I in it. So it's not this one, so it has to be this one. But I'm going to show you how to make it look exactly like that. So at this point right now, what you want to do is that band-aid method that I showed you all. And band-aid method, what I mean by that is you split it up into -3 over 4, right? That's one part. That's the first part. Then there's a plus or minus sign. And then this part right here simplifies to be I radical 7, which is what we got from this part right here. And it's divided by 4, which is equal to option number 1. Question 2, almost everybody got correct, is just straight calculator. So you hit the calculator, hit second, and the I, right? So to the 10th power is -1. Sorry, I get distracted by Bad Bunny. Good. So this one right here, first thing you want to do is you want to figure out, so they give you the directrix and they give you the focus, which is the point. You need to find the point in the middle, which is right here. And how did I get that? Because it is 2 boxes away from the top and it's 2 boxes away from the bottom. So that means that P is equal to 2. Because we'll talk about that in a second. So now let's finish this part. So this vertex, be quiet. This vertex right here is going to be at this point, which is, if this is the origin 0, 0, this point is 2 comma -1. So the first number is your H, second number is your K, and the P, let's talk about the P real quick. So if your focus is here and your directrix is here, that means that the problem is going to go in the direction of the focus, which means it's going to go down. So P is equal to -2. Okay, so let me just write down what we have. We have H and K, and that is 2 comma -1. So H is 2 and K is -1, and our P is equal to -2. So what do we do with that? We plug it into the formula. So the formula is y equals y equals 1 over 4p, parentheses x minus h squared plus k. So now we're just plugging in. So p is -2, so we're going to have y equals 1 over 4 times -2, which is -8. So all of them have -8 in it. Nothing to cancel out yet. Over here, we're going to have x minus h. So h is 2, so we're going to have x minus 2. So automatically these two are out because these two have +2. So those are done. And then it's plus k, which is -1. Positive times a negative is a negative, so that's -1. So the correct answer is this one right here. All right, good. This one right here, very similar to the first one. So A is equal to 2, B is equal to 5, C is equal to 8. So I was going to say Pythagorean theorem. Quadratic formula says opposite of B. So B is 5. So we're going to do negative 5 plus or minus the square root of B squared, which is 5 squared minus 4 times A times C, all over 2 times 2. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, take our calculator, and we're going to put in 5 squared minus 4 times 2 times 8. We're going to hit enter, and that gives us negative 39. So negative 5 plus or minus the square root of negative 39 all over 4. That is an acceptable answer. However, it says put it in a plus bi form. So we're going to have to take it a step further. So just like we did before, there's an I that comes out, and the square root of 39 cannot be simplified further. So we could write this as negative 5 over 4 plus or minus I radical 39 over 4. And that is an acceptable answer for this question. This one, I was surprised how many of us got this incorrect. So I to the 13th plus I to the 18th plus I to the 31st. You could put all of that into the calculator. I to the 13th, go to the right, plus I to the 18th, to the right, plus you should be doing this with me. Do not just watch me do this for you, okay? Okay, so all of that right there is negative 1. So we're going to put negative 1 plus n is equal to 0, okay? Remember the goal? The goal is to try to get this n right here by itself. At this point, it becomes quite easy. You just do plus 1, plus 1. This cancels out, and you get n is equal to 1. You're done. One and done. One and done. Okay. Next one right here. So they give you the focus. So first thing you want to do is you want to make your x and y. Oh, what was that? Let's see if I could just... There we go. The power of undo. Forgive me. So 4, negative 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1. That's our focus. Our directrix is y equals negative 5, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. Wait, what? Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. The song got me grooving. Okay, so I want to put a line right here. So now next thing we want to do is we want to find the point in the middle. So toot. So this point right here is going to be our h and our k. H and K, and that is going to be at 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So 4 comma negative 3. And our P is going to be 2 again, right? There's 2 boxes right here. So our P is 2. Under. There you go. Our P is equal to 2. And now we just need to see if it's positive or negative, okay? So this is how you tell, right? So this is our vertex. It has to go towards the focus. So the focus is up, right? This is our focus. So the parabola goes in the direction of the focus, away from the directrix. So our P is positive. So we're going to have our formula 1 over 4P, parentheses, x minus h squared plus k. And I want to remind you that this is not going to be given to you on the region, so you have to memorize it. So it's good practice. 1 over 4 times 2. In this case, it's positive. X minus h, which is 4. Don't forget that squared. And then this is plus negative 3, which is just minus 3. So this is our equation. Okay, this one right here. These questions are directly from the last test. Yes. So I want to remind you that the 9 is separate. So you have 9, and then this is x to the 1/2 power. So it's not this, because that doesn't have a 9. It's not this. So it's between this or this. So we put the 9 there, and then this number right here on the bottom is our root. So I put square root. There's an imaginary 2 there. The x right here, which is our base, goes on the inside the house or the radical, and this top number is our exponent. So our exponent in this case is 1. So that matches with choice 3. All right, this one right here, you're supposed to add 8 to both sides. And again, this was on the last test. So you're going to have the square root of x plus 1. I know I'm going quick. All right, I know I'm going quick. So you're supposed to pause the video and do this yourself, okay? So the square root and the square cancel each other out. They go away. So here we have x plus 1 is equal to 8 squared, which is 64. And then subtract 1 from both sides, minus 1, toot, and you get x is equal to 63, okay? And if you check it, let me check it real quick. Check, okay? The square root of 63 plus 1 minus 8, so we have to see if that equals 0. Square root of 63 plus 1 is 64. 64 minus 8, the square root of 64 minus 8, we have to see if that equals 0. 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. Check. Right, so 63 works. Done! Thank you all. Thank you all.